Hello everyone, so in today's video we are going to learn about cardiac tamponade. Cardiac tamponade is also known as pericardial tamponade. It occurs when fluid in the pericardium builds up, resulting in the compression of the heart. The causes of cardiac tamponade. Cardiac tamponade is caused by a large or uncontrolled pericardial effusion, that is the buildup of the fluid. These are the causes that can lead to uncontrolled pericardial effusion, which subsequently leads to cardiac tamponade. Chest trauma, myocardial infarction or myocardial rupture, cancer, uremia, pericarditis, hypothyroidism, complications of a cardiac surgery, and retrograde aortic dissection. The effusion can occur rapidly, like in myocardial rupture or trauma, or over a gradual period of time, like in cancer. The fluid involved is often blood, but pus is also found in some circumstances. The pathophysiology of cardiac tamponade. Outer layer of the heart is made up of fibrous tissue which does not easily stretch. So once fluid begins to enter in the pericardial space, pressure starts to increase. So the pericardium of heart is made of fibrous tissue. So when fluid starts to build up in this pericardial space, it applies pressure on the ventricles, which leads to less blood entering into the ventricles during the diastole, leading to decrease in the stroke volume. So when the preload decreases, obviously the stroke volume will decrease. This causes the development of obstructive shock, which if left untreated may lead to cardiac arrest. Cardiac tamponade will show symptoms of cardiogenic shock, that is dyspnea, weakness, lightheadedness, tachypnea, tachycardia, decreasing level of consciousness, and cough. A fast heart, although expected, may be absent with uremia and hypothyroidism. The signs of cardiac tamponade. There are three classical signs of cardiac tamponade which forms the Beck's triad. These signs are low blood pressure, jugular venous distension, and muffled heart sound. When all these three signs are found in a patient, it forms a Beck's triad and it is highly suggestive of cardiac tamponade. The next sign that can be found in a patient of cardiac tamponade is pulsus paradoxus. A drop of more than 10 mmHg in the arterial BP with inspiration is known as pulsus paradoxus. The paradox in the pulsus paradoxus is that on physical examination one can detect beats on cardiac auscultation during inspiration that cannot be palpated at the radial pulse. Next we are going to do the diagnosis of cardiac tamponade. So how can we diagnose cardiac tamponade? We diagnose cardiac tamponade through echocardiography. It often shows an enlarged pericardium or collapsed ventricle. So this is the finding of cardiac tamponade when echocardiography is done. In ECG we can find electrical alternance, which is alternation of QRS complex amplitude. This is a ECG finding, but mainly we diagnose cardiac tamponade through echocardiography. The treatment in cardiac tamponade. We treat cardiac tamponade through pericardiocentesis. We can also give fluids to the patient because saline load may temporarily increase cardiac output and it will relieve the symptoms of the cardiogenic shock that occurs in cardiac tamponade. So this finishes off with the topic of cardiac tamponade. Hope you understood the topic fully. Thanks for watching the video.